It's a time of giving in a grand way. Find out what it's all about. Coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the Myrtle Beach Herald. We're focused on this Sunday's time of giving at Coastal Grand Mall, and we're visiting with Stacie Dickerson, the marketing director at Coastal Grand. Good morning, Stacie.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having us.
I think this is the third time. Third time's a charm.
Yeah, we hope so.
I mean, that's since March, of course, and the excitement there was you came in with us the morning of y'all's a special kind of private opening that night with Governor Sanford in town.
Sure
and a big day.
Sure did.
And then I think I saw at the end of a month y'all were just cranking it out. 750,000 folks had cruised through the mall.
It's crazy, yeah.
A heck of a lot had happened. That's right. And then when the gentleman was kicking off, the American Idol judge, Randy, was kicking off the big event all over the country with so many of the CBL locations, the Clothes for Kids, which was a huge success.
Sure was. Phenomenally.
And now what y'all are doing for 65 area charities and more even potentially by this Sunday will be recognized.
Absolutely. We have over 60 charities that are out in the community selling armbands for a special night of shopping that we call a time of giving. And the response that we've gotten from this has been tremendous. So it's a big success already. I can't wait for Sunday night.
You gotta be. I know. And of course, now, do the mall normally close around 6 p.m. on Sundays?
Yes, correct. We close at 6. But what we're doing this Sunday night is we will turn around and not really close, but we will have people at the door to make sure that everyone that enters after 6 has an armband on that has our Time of Giving logo on it. And those people will have access to all sorts of special discounts, entertainment. It's going to be a fun evening. So if you don't have an armband, you need to find a local charity that's selling these armbands and purchase one.
The great thing is virtually any charity that anyone in town's involved in, of course, as you know, part of the difficulty, Stacie, the bulk of our viewers are in the PD and southeastern North Carolina, but those folks can arrive this Sunday at 6 and still purchase a wristband. Is that correct? That's
correct. We will have 4 charities, one at each entrance to the mall, selling armbands at the door. So we won't turn anybody away. We will find a way for you to get in and take advantage of this. It's good for the charities to be able to sell some last-minute tickets, and it's good for our tenants as well. So.
You said there'll be 4 actually selling at the door.
Yes. We have the Waccamaw Animal Shelter. We have the Myrtle Beach Leukemia Lymphoma Society. Helping Hand, and the American Red Cross will all be manning the entrances to the mall.
That's fantastic. And as you said, if someone called the 843-839-9100 number now, they could still purchase from y'all or from the mall office and benefit 2 other area charities.
Yes. If they can't find a local charity or don't know anyone with any armbands left to sell, they can come by our customer service center during any mall hours and purchase one there that will benefit the Heart Association. Or they can come to the mall office between 8:30 and 5 Monday through Friday and purchase one there, and that would benefit the Waccamaw Animal Shelter.
Great. What a big commitment. Obviously, that opportunity, and I'm sure for all the charities that do not sell out their wristbands, they'll probably bring them back to you Sunday night so you'll have them available.
Yes, they certainly will. We've asked for them to bring back any leftovers so that the charities that are manning the doors can benefit from those armbands. We have over 11,000 armbands out in the community already, and we think this will be a sellout. And if we do indeed sell all 14,000 of our armbands at $5 a piece, that's $70,000 we're raising for local charities.
Wow, that is fantastic. And of course, folks are able to get some of their Christmas shopping done.
Absolutely.
Early.
It's a great way to kick off your Christmas shopping and get some great deals and get in before the selections get picked over. And it really won't be that busy of a night, you know, compared to the day after Thanksgiving when a lot of people traditionally start their Christmas shopping. So if you want to come in that night, it won't be as crowded. You'll get some special deals, and it'll be a very pleasant atmosphere to shop in with the entertainment and everything.
Stacie, the day after Thanksgiving this year is exactly a month before Christmas. Now, of course, no one's like me waiting till the last week to shop, so I suspect everyone will be there the day after Thanksgiving.
Yes, and we're opening at 6 a.m.
Oh, come on.
Yes, sir.
That's all stores?
Yeah, The whole mall opens at 6 a.m. and we're giving away 5 $1,000 shopping sprees that morning between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. So if you're an early bird, you will certainly get the worm this year.
Wow.
So it's going to be a fun day, too.
What a big deal. Now, is that, of course, you've been active with malls and shopping centers and in retail for a heck of a long time, and I think I saw you're a certified marketing director. Is this indicative of most malls or shopping centers around the Southeast, that they're really pumping the day after Thanksgiving and cranking it out for that full month leading up to Christmas?
It's a huge deal for shopping centers. It's known as the busiest shopping day of the year. Statistically, that may or may not be so every year. I think usually the Saturday before Christmas ends up being the largest day.
Oh, yeah.
But it is certainly a huge day. It's a crowded day. But it's a traditional day because a lot of people have that time off and they're with their families. And it's a tradition for a lot of families to go out and start their Christmas shopping together the day after Thanksgiving. But it's the official beginning of the season for us and a very important day.
Yeah, it's got to be. That's right. And you think about families going out to shop, and of course, I guess the parents at some level want their kids to go somewhere else so they don't see all their gifts that they're snagging. They've got big bags. You probably make them thick bags so kids can't see what their parents are buying.
Got to hide it somewhere.
That's right.
So
how exciting. And of course, for you, Stacie, you're able to monitor lots of different aspects. When you think about that, being in a mall and knowing so many different buying patterns and shopping patterns, are you constantly running things through your head as to how to better maximize?
Absolutely. In fact, in the holiday season, we always have our eye on traffic and the sales reports and everything else, but we usually go a step beyond at Christmas and actually do a flash sales report every Monday so that we can get a feeling of how merchants, we sample about 30 merchants every Monday and call and say, how are your sales this week? And so we can kind of get a temperature reading on how the sales are going. It gives us a chance to react if things aren't going the way we want them to do something to pull in those shoppers and get things cranked out again, versus waiting 45 days later to find out, that really wasn't what we were looking for. So, oh yeah, Christmas is big. A mall is going to do 25 to 30% of their business in the months of November and December.
Is that right?
That's our time.
Wow, even a mall like Coastal Grand, housed in I wonder if this is an anomaly since we're housed in such a dramatic tourist community where those 4 or 5 months of the year, like y'all saw this past summer, were just so stupendous. Is this an anomaly as it relates to other malls? Of course, you don't have a year of track record to be able to show.
It's hard to say, but the statistics and the data that we have say to us that Christmas is still Christmas,
right.
and really here we're lucky enough to have 2 Christmas seasons with the holidays being the holidays, and then summer really kind of being a bonus holiday with all the tourist traffic in town. So we're lucky enough to get 2 great seasons a year.
Oh man,
here.
CBL and Burrs and Chapin must be ecstatic about this opportunity. Of course, so many great malls and other shopping destinations on the Strand, it being such a shopping mecca. It's I'm sure it's exciting performers all around.
Definitely. It's been a fantastic project for CBL, and I think they're very happy with the way the community has embraced this shopping center.
We all have a lot of other things going on this Sunday night other than folks just getting in and paying the $5 to get in to benefit an area charity. There's a heck of a lot going on at the event, and I want to get into that real quick about yourself, Stacie. Are you originally from the area?
I'm from North Carolina. I grew up in a small town. Norlina.
Yeah.
We didn't even have stoplights in Norlina. So it was a very small town of about 1,000 people, and I lived there all of my years growing up until I went away to college and went to school in Wilson, North Carolina at what is now Barton College, and graduated from there. And I've lived a little bit of everywhere. From North Carolina, I've lived in Virginia, and now here in South Carolina. So I'm an East Coast girl for sure.
That's right. You've covered 3 major states here, the Carolinas and Virginia. And, of course, really hitting up and down that area, you've been able to see a lot of different buying patterns and but it's not always been in retail, is it?
No, I've done a little bit of everything. I've been at 3 different malls now, and all 3 of those were very different, from being in a small market to being in a military market and then now in a tourist market. And so all malls were very different in the way you market them. But I actually opened and ran my own gym for a couple of years. I've worked in the printing industry, the sign industry, the hotel industry. I've done a little bit of everything. So.
Yeah, and you've learned some other things on the side, I understand, in the recent past. It's a heck of a lot that's very exciting. But let's get into, real quick, for viewers who may need to run off to school or get off to work right now, it's about 7:15, is there a good phone number? Of course, I think we said that earlier, as well as the website, but so folks can go online right now.
Sure. Please call our customer service center if you have any questions or would like just some more information, and that number is 839-9100, and of course this is an 843 area code if you live in North Carolina. And you can also check us out on our website, which is coastalgrand.com, and Grand has no E on it. I know that question comes up a lot.
Yeah, coastalgrand.com, and that question comes up a lot for folks living in Oree, where they probably wouldn't even contemplate that outside of the area because there's no Grand Dunes up in Lumberton or Laurinburg. But that's exciting. Coastalgrand.com or 843-839-9100.
Correct.
They can give a lot of information, and those booths or those phones are manned
during all mall hours, so you can call at any time. And if it's after hours, check us out on the website. That would pretty much give you list all the merchants that are participating. We have over 60 of our merchants participating, and it would list what their particular offer is. And we even had one merchant said 50% off everything in the store, no exclusions. So that's Earthbound Trading, and that's down near the Belk Wing. So, and then for the most part, a lot of them are doing 20 to 25% off, or they have a gift with purchase that they're offering. So the merchants have really pulled out all the stops for this event and shown a tremendous support.
That's why I'm surprised those wristbands are so cheap at $5. I mean,
it's an easy sell.
Yeah.
It's an easy sell for the local charities. Who can't buy a $5 armband to support their local charity and take advantage of it? You get way more than $5 worth of entertainment that night alone.
Yeah. So. And the opportunity to raise $70,000 for area nonprofits is stupendous.
Absolutely.
Congratulations on that idea. But share with the viewers a little bit about the break of the evening if they were coming in at 6 o'clock and were maybe visiting the mall for the first time.
Okay. Well, we have 4 mall entrances. We have a main mall entrance at the food court, which is on the Seaboard Street side. We have a main entrance on the Highway 17 bypass side up by Dick's Sporting Goods. There's one by Belk and one by Dillard's. So all 4 of those entrances are manned with people selling armbands at night. If you don't have one, you can purchase one. And when you come in the door, we will have, let's say you entered at the food court. We are going to have a jazz trio in the food court performing the entire time from 6 to 9. And if you continued straight and went up towards the Dick's Sporting Goods entrance, we're going to have a 5-person saxophone group performing there. And I'm so excited about seeing that one myself. If you had entered through the Dillard's wing, you might be greeted by Festive Brass, who will be performing from 6 to 7:30, or a violinist from 7:30 to 9.
Great.
We also have in the mall a flute player. We have a guitar player. Andy Owens down by Belk will have his grand piano out that's a player piano, and that will be playing Christmas tunes. So it's just a phenomenal evening. Even Rebecca Neeson, who is a famous harp player, will be joining us that evening. So she'll be out there. And also the Shriners are bringing a group of clowns in to entertain the children.
You're kidding.
So it's going to be a fun evening.
Yeah, I think I saw someone else was going to be moving around the mall the entire time. I mean, some performers are constantly be moving as well.
The clowns and the guitar player may be strolling as well. So.
How exciting, Stacie, to really make that more enticing for folks to come out, even if they're just paying the $5 to experience that those great live performances.
Exactly, it'll be fun.
That's perfect thinking. You know, you think about so many of the groups, and you go to coastalgrand.com, and you're able to print off and see the lineup of all the retailers that are given, as you said, potentially as much as 50% off everything in the store. That's a huge commitment. It is. As well as purchase a gift or purchase something and have a gift included.
Yeah, you can shop for yourself that evening too. So there's a lot out there to take advantage of.
You know, I think I mentioned that first month, the first 30 days of operation, y'all had what were perceived as, I believe, 750,000 folks having gone through in and out doors there at the mall.
Yes.
Share with the viewers how that's gone and how maybe that ranks up. And I know you've had some stores that have had incredible performances within their companies themselves.
Yes.
Can you share with the viewers a little about how that's gone and how that's been received within the company?
We are tracking to have about 12 million visitors our first year, which is a very impressive number, and it's been largely supported by the local community. We find that the zip codes that people report to our stores are largely local, so that that's a good thing. But we also get our share of the tourist traffic that comes in, especially this summer. We got a lot of that. And we've had so many success stories. And because the retailers are successful, that's allowed us to get additional retailers. We're over 93% leased and committed, and we haven't even been open a year yet. That's a phenomenal statistic. For anyone who's in the shopping center business, they know that is a phenomenal statistic to boast. So we're very pleased with the way things have gone, as is our corporate office. And we've got the Books A Million that just opened, so we've had a whole nother addition added onto the mall already. And we have Jose Bank that's opening this month as well, so that's 2 more retailers. Plus we've just got so many things have opened since the mall opened, so if you haven't been out to the mall since our grand opening in March, I would highly recommend take a Saturday, walk around. It's just a very pleasant place to be, and see what all has come in since then.
And for some of our viewers who couldn't come in this weekend to be there on Sunday, of course, if they live in the PD or southeastern North Carolina, coming in from 6 to 9 and then having to travel back may be difficult. But for folks who haven't been in, could you just give them a sense of the mall? I know you talked about the 4 entrances. Maybe just to give them kind of a virtual tour if you got a couple minutes.
Sure, absolutely. Most people enter through the food court. That tends to be our most used entrance, so I'll start there.
Right.
And when you walk in through the food court, it really kind of takes on the flavor of the 20s outdoor style traditional beach scene that you might expect. The walls have what appears to be weathered over time postcard style designs on them. There's a beautiful mural that greets you when you walk in the door, and it has lights strung across the food court. So it's a very festive atmosphere there. And our food court is completely full now. We've got all 8 of those slots full. So there's plenty of choices of places to eat there. The floors look like wooden planks in that area, and then that kind of leads on up to the center court, which is personally my favorite area of the mall because it looks like you're under a giant fishing pier. The floor is a beautiful, colorful terrazzo floor that has inlaid in it all of the wildlife that is most typical for this area. So there's a huge commitment on our part to make sure that the mall reflected the area, and that's just one place that does it very well is center court. But it has the counter-levered beams and the cross. It just looks like you're in a giant fishing pier there, and it has a beautiful light fixture above it. And from there, if you take a right, you would head towards what we call the Belk wing, or the Belk and Sears wing of the mall.
Right.
And that's what we call our at-home district. It has beautiful tongue-and-groove hardwood floors that are shined to perfection, and soft seating areas that really resemble something you'd find in a beach cottage. So it really does have a homey atmosphere. We find gentlemen asleep on our couches and chairs all day long, so they must feel at home too.
You peg gentlemen there, that's right.
Pretty much. And if you had taken a left from center court, that's kind of what we call our at-play district, and it has more of an outdoorsy feel. So there's more, instead of the hardwood floors, you find a combination of tile with the carpet and benches that look like they belong in a city park, or Adirondack chairs that might belong on your front porch. So it's kind of a different feel, and that leads down to the Dillard's wing of the mall. There's a 10-ton sand sculpture down there.
10 tons?
10 tons of sand, yes. 10
That's
tons.
20,000 pounds.
It was fun getting all that in.
Yeah.
But they sculpted that on site at our grand opening, and it's still standing. And it looks like a coral reef, so that's a very interesting thing to go take a look at too. And then if you had stayed straight at center court, you would go out to what we call our restaurant district, which has our Buckhead, Colorado Steakhouse. Phenomenal food, great presentation. It has an entertainment pavilion out there, a fire pit, a pop jet fountain, and we recently have another restaurant sign. We will be getting a Mexican restaurant out there next year called Abuelo's, and it's a Mexican food embassy, as they boast. And I've seen the pictures of the prototype. It's going to be phenomenal. We're really looking forward to that.
I don't remember what that is in Spanish. I think that's like grandparent.
Is it?
Abuelo, I think so.
Interesting.
Grandfather. Yeah, excuse me, I don't know. Yeah.
And at this particular time of the year, we have all of our Christmas decorations out. So there's a little something extra for people to see at this time of the year if you frequent the mall. And we have a Santa's Beach House that's been erected in center court.
Great idea.
It's a 3-story structure that we built inside the mall. So that was fun too.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of overhead decor. So it's festive, and it puts people in the mood for Christmas shopping, and in the mood and ready for the holidays.
Now, can folks go into Santa's Beach House?
Yes, they walk through it to go see
kidding.
Santa.
Get down. That must be huge.
So it is huge.
That is very exciting. Of course, for folks who haven't been in, you all have been doing some big weekend entertainment. I think at the food court, we've been in a couple times and have seen performers in the food court in the past. Maybe that was just during the summertime. I'm not sure if that's something still going on. So many amazing and some other performances are going on in there, and I think you all have done some partnerships with the Palace Theater and some other area.
Absolutely. We have a wonderful partnership with the Palace Theater where they come in and do excerpts from their shows. In fact, their Christmas show greeted Santa Claus this year. They came out and did their Santa Claus is Coming to Town number out of their Christmas show, and then we had UPS special deliver Santa right to center court this year.
Oh my God, good thinking.
So that was fun, very fun Santa arrival. And then we have our summer entertainment series that we capped off with on the tax-free weekend in August. We had world-class acrobats come in from New York and perform in center court, and that was very popular with people. It was funny to walk around when people don't know who you are because they were on their cell phone saying, "You got to come out here and see this. This is great." So it's nice to see.
Yeah, share with viewers what that's like, Stacie, for you. We got about 5 minutes, walking through, as you say, when folks don't know who you are. And walking through as the marketing director and being able to see how folks interact with them all. How's that been for you since mid-March, seeing the explosion of folks, as you say, a heck of a lot of locals, but also quite a few tourists coming through?
It's very rewarding because you design a mall with certain things in mind. You design the soft seating to make men comfortable while their wives shop, and then you go out there and you see them reading the newspaper, taking a nap. So there's everything from the little details like that to seeing a child go see Santa for the first time. And when they walk in and you see their eyes just get really big and light up, and they see this big house in front of them, and they get to kind of wind through it and go look and see what all is there and sit on Santa's lap and talk, and then for them to see entertainment that we have going on, and just to see people walk up to customer service and say, "Is the Rat Pack going to be performing today? I really came just to see that."
You're kidding, yeah.
It's fun to sit back and see your hard work come to fruition and know that people are enjoying what you've created for them to enjoy. So that's probably my favorite part of my job.
That must be very gratifying. Of course, this being first of its kind for CBL, being in a location like this that has that great opportunity for multiple different avenues for folks to come in is such a perfect setup there. Such a perfect setup. How exciting. Stacie, we got about 3 minutes. You think about that aspect. We want to lay out again the particulars for someone who may not have caught you 25 minutes ago talking about this Sunday night's time of giving.
It's from 6 to 9.
Okay.
And basically what it is we offered armbands to local charities who can sell these armbands for $5 a piece for anyone in the community who wants to come in and get their Christmas shopping kicked off with special incentives from our merchants and great entertainment. And if you don't already have an armband, that's okay. Just come on to the mall. We'll make sure we get you an armband when you show up that night. They'll be selling them at the door. You can come in any main mall entrance and obtain an armband.
Right.
And one more thing is children 12 and younger come in free with the paying adult.
Great.
So if you've got a kid that you do want to bring along, bring them on. They're more than welcome. We'll have clowns there to entertain them, and it'll be a fun evening for them, too.
And the great thing, of course, with the mall normally closed on Sundays from 6 to 9, or most of the activities, I guess the Cinemark stays open.
Yes.
The 14 theater location there must stay open, but for the most part, everything else closes down.
Right. You have to have an armband to take advantage of the specials, because the whole reason in doing this was to support the local charities, and it seems to be working very well, and this will be an annual event for us. So come out and be part of the first.
The opportunity, you'll know on Sunday if you all were able to push the 70,000 envelope there, but the opportunity to produce 14,000 of those armbands, the wristbands, and to see those go out to so many charities. I'm sure you've probably heard from folks that are sold out already or wanting more.
We've had several of our organizations come back and say, "I need more of these things. They're going like hotcakes." So that's phenomenal. And then when you think about the fact that 67 other CBL malls are doing the same event, it really compounds into a phenomenal event.
Yes, great thinking. And of course, some of the aspects you said, so everyone will be open this Sunday night from 6 to 9, all the locations.
All the small shops in the mall will be open for this event.
Okay, how exciting. You know, when you think, go back, if you take that time, just think about it, going back to March 17th, and I know you think about that aspect of being around the mall when other people don't know who you are. But did you ever imagine on opening night, which was a stupendous night, and you all did so much with the Myrtle Beach Women's Club and the March to benefit the March at Dimes, but did you ever think that it would be as successful, the mall would take off in the way? I mean, even when you were applying for the job, Stacie, think back to then.
You hope, but you never really know. And I can very clearly remember walking around the mall the day we opened, 30 minutes after we cut the ribbon, and the people just flooded in the door, and walking around and just watching the people who were walking around and just looking everywhere and just marveling at the structure itself. So it's just such a good thing to be a part of. And no, I would have never guessed when I was interviewing for this job, one, that I would even get it, much less be this successful with it.
That's great. Stacie, those are great words. Thanks so much for what you all are doing and for coming in this morning.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Stacie Dickerson coming up next. Write this number down, 843-839-9100. Also, www.coastalgrand.com. 3 keywords, time of giving. Just like coastalgrand.com, you visit there, you'll see time of giving. You'll see a little separate page there. They've got a list of a heck of a lot of retailers, going from as much as you heard Stacie say it, some stores 50% off everything in the store, to 15% off or 20% off, or buy something and you get a special gift. Take the time to look at it. This benefits 65-plus area nonprofit organizations, an opportunity to raise $70,000. Not $70, not $7,000, but $70,000, and also get a jump start if you're like me, normally waiting until the last week before Christmas. This gives you an opportunity to get a month ahead. And it's this Sunday to benefit area charities. CBL and others are really stepping out. Coastal Grand's made a commitment here, getting out 11,000 wristbands to area charities, and having so many of those folks already sell out. But there'll be 4 different charities that night that you could support. 4 different folks. If you come in Sunday night at 6 o'clock, you'll be able to get in, and one of those special groups will get a big bang for that. Take the time. Get out there.